Will and Grace was renowned for its rotating cast of lovable supporting characters and guest stars. Some of the performers who appeared in these roles have since passed away. The most recent former Will and Grace performer to have passed away is Leslie Jordan, who appeared in numerous episodes. Join Facts First as we explore Will and Grace cast members who died way too soon. With the recent passing of Leslie Jordan, Will and Grace fans have been reminded of other notable performers from the series whose lives were taken before their time. Leslie just died recently at age 67, passing away in October of 2022 as a result of a car accident. Though Leslie is best remembered for the minor yet memorable character role he played on Will and Grace, the actor was still working up until the time of his death and had appeared in a plethora of other notable works before, after, and adjacent to his multiple appearances on Will and Grace. The character he played on Will and Grace was Beverly Leslie, and he was a nemesis of sorts to Megan Mullally's character, Karen Walker. Leslie appeared multiple times, and the actor even won an Emmy Award for one of his portrayals. His work as the character was so memorable, it came to define him even after his time on Will and Grace ended. But he was still acting in television up until the time of his fatal car accident. For the past several years, Leslie could be seen on the sitcom Call Me Kat on Fox. He was a performer long before being cast on Will and Grace, and prior to that show, he could be seen on cult classic programs like Pee-wee's Playhouse and Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Fans of more recent television fare may better recognize Leslie for his portrayal of multiple characters on the anthology series American Horror Story. The series features a different storyline each season, and Leslie portrayed different characters on a handful of them. There are some who even might know of Leslie outside of his TV appearances. Recently, he developed a following on social media due to videos he published during the COVID-19 pandemic. He was also a modestly accomplished singer, releasing an album of gospel music in 2021. His singing also led to him working as a guest panelist on the popular reality show The Masked Singer, where he even sang a song. Leslie was born in Tennessee and began acting in Hollywood during the 80s. He was said to have suffered from alcohol abuse during the early years of his career, but was apparently sober by the time he played Beverly Leslie on Will and Grace. Leslie certainly played a lot of characters during his time, but his character on Will and Grace is the one that most people will remember him by. Will and Grace featured Gene Wilder's last big role. Many people might not be aware that, outside of a voiceover role on a children's show, Will and Grace featured legendary comedic actor Gene Wilder's final performance on screen. He appeared in interviews throughout various pieces of media in the years leading up to his death, but Will and Grace marked the last live-action work where he played a character. He was hired to portray the boss of Eric McCormick's character, Will Truman, on the 5th season of Will and Grace. Gene played the character a few times over the course of the season, and his final appearance was in the episode Sex, Losers, and Videotape. The episode aired in 2003, and it involved a plot in which Gene's character became romantically involved with Karen. TV audiences welcomed Gene with open arms when he popped up on Will and Grace, and he earned an Emmy Award for one of his performances. Gene didn't die until over a decade after his final appearance on Will and Grace, but he chose not to take other acting roles aside from the voiceover stint we mentioned. The beloved performer passed away in August of 2016. This video is sponsored by Kamikoto knives, which are made from high-quality Japanese steel using traditional centuries-old techniques. The first thing I noticed about these knives is the beautiful, heavy-duty ash wood box they come in. Not only is this great for storage, but it makes a great gift for any chef or knife enthusiast. Upon opening the box, I couldn't help but admire the craftsmanship that goes into each knife. Each one is handcrafted by an expert bladesmith, a 19-step process that takes several years to complete for a single Japanese steel knife. Then, each blade is individually inspected and comes with a lifetime guarantee. I had never used a Japanese steel knife until Kamikoto, but even as a casual home chef, I immediately noticed the quality was way better than any knife I'd used before. It's reasons like these that Kamikoto knives are used by Michelin star chefs all over the world. Kamikoto has several special offers going on right now and is offering our viewers an extra $50 off any purchase with the discount code FACTSFIRST on top of ongoing special offers. Go to kamikoto.com/factsfirst to get your knives set and help support our channel. The Will and Grace reboot paid tribute to Debbie Reynolds. Debbie Reynolds portrayed the mother of Deborah Messing's character of Grace Adler on Will and Grace several times. The character's name was Bobby Adler, and she appeared in 12 episodes. Debbie passed away in 2016, so she wasn't around to reprise her role as Bobby for the recent short-lived reboot of Will and Grace. But the reboot was able to work in a tribute to her by casting her granddaughter. Debbie's granddaughter now works in the entertainment industry and was given a role on Will and Grace, playing Grace's niece. That means the late Debbie's granddaughter was playing the granddaughter of the character Debbie had played so many years before. In another twist, Debbie Reynolds went on to perform in a season of American Horror Story the next year. The season of the show she performed in was one of the seasons that Leslie Jordan had also performed in. Two of Karen's mother figures passed away. The actress who played Grace's mom on Will and Grace passed away, and so did the actress who played Karen's mom. The actress who played Karen's mom was Suzanne Pleshette, and she only appeared 3 times as compared to Debbie Reynolds' 12. Still, the few times she portrayed Karen's mother remained incredibly memorable. The character of Karen was known for her high-pitched voice, and the producers cast a woman with a low-pitched growl to contrast this. Another actress who played a memorable character on Will and Grace and then passed away was Shelley Morrison. Shelley played Rosario in many episodes. She was introduced towards the end of the show's first season and quickly became a bigger part. The character of Rosario, of course, was Karen's maid. Unpredictably, the two had a very codependent relationship. The character's most memorable storyline saw her marrying Sean Hayes' character of Jack McFarlane to become a citizen. Shelley Morrison died of heart failure in December of 2019. Like many of the aforementioned performers, Shelley performed in many other works besides Will and Grace, but remains best known for her work on the series. She had been performing on TV for many years, and some of the older sitcoms she was on include My Favorite Martian and The Flying Nun. Other Will and Grace performers who have passed away. Eileen Brennan portrayed Zandra Zoggin on Will and Grace over 6 episodes. She was introduced as Jack's teacher at an acting class, though was later incorporated into other storylines. Eileen passed away in July of 2013, and many fondly remembered her work in the wake of her passing. Gregory Hines showed up on Will and Grace for a couple episodes as another one of Will's employers. Though Gregory's character of Ben Doucette was being overshadowed at the time by the aforementioned new employer of Will's, played by Gene Wilder, fans of Will and Grace were still quick to pay their respects to Gregory when he passed away in August of 2003. Rip Torn is an actor who played a memorable role across multiple episodes of Will and Grace and has since passed away. Rip portrayed his character Lionel Banks in 3 episodes, but certainly left an impression. It wasn't often that a character was introduced who could melt Karen's heart. Lionel Banks was introduced on Will and Grace as a love interest for the character of Karen, and Rip Torn and Megan Mullally had some awesome chemistry. Of course, Karen was married over the course of the series, with the running gag being that her insanely wealthy and obese husband is never seen. The episodes of Will and Grace that involved Lionel Banks are some of the only times Karen got to feel real love. Tragically, Rip Torn passed away in 2019. Finally, there's director Sidney Pollack, who played Will's father in multiple episodes. Pollack was a film director who sometimes dabbled in acting. Besides Will and Grace, he performed a notable role in Eyes Wide Shut, and as far as directing, he gave us the 1982 hit Tootsie. He passed away in 2008 and is fondly remembered. Now it's time to hear from you. Which one of these stars was your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below.